Are you really near native? Are you? That's a very interesting question. Okay, if you understand at least 95% at least of all that you hear and read, you can say that you're near native. To be really, really, really near native, you have to understand 98% at least of all that you hear and listen to in every conversation. Watching movies without subtitles, speaking with people in different ways. Speaking at the bar, speaking more formally, speaking more slang, speaking with different kinds of people from all around that country, that specific country. So you gotta know formal ways of speech, informal ways of speech, slang, colloquial expressions, proverbs, at least some of them, the most usual, the most common ones. And in order for you to be really near native, that's it. Knowing at least, being able to understand 98% or more in every context that you hear, in all that you hear or read. But just like everything else, it has a start. So let's see, if you can say that you're at the beginning of the near native level, I would say that the minimum is, let's say, 90%. If you understand 90% of all that you hear and read in every conversation that you might have with anybody, with everyone, if you understand at least 90%, that's the very beginning of the near native level. So if you do understand 90% of all that you hear and read in every kind of conversation, okay, you can say, I'm at the very beginning of near native level, near native fluency. But in order for you to be really, really near native, you have to know almost everything. 98%, between 98 and 100%. Of course, 100%, that's very difficult. I don't understand 100% of everything that I hear and read. I understand 98, sometimes 99. 100%, sometimes in some context, but I still come across a lot of new words and expressions. And then I ask my wife, what's that about? What's that all about? What does that mean? Now I'm watching a series which is called Quantum Leap. It's a very, very good series. It's a very good series, yeah, very good. I liked it. Very good series started in '89. It has 5 seasons. I'm on season 3. I love it, and I have subtitles in Spanish, and I have come across some difficult words, some unknown words, some unusual words, and then I asked my wife, and she told me, of course. Sometimes, from times to times, speaking with people, I still come across a new word or a new expression. So I asked my wife. When she can't explain me exactly what it is, I asked her to check on the internet. Right, Real Spanish Academia, something like that. Real Academic Spanish, something like that. It's the Academia for Spanish language. Right. I don't understand exactly. I don't recall exactly. Real Academia, whatsoever. It's the Real Academia from Spanish language. That everything's there. Every new word, every expression, in its colloquial usage, in its real context, in its real what this means. It's very good. It's very good. So when my wife can't explain me what's that all about, she goes there and then she tells me, okay, look, it means this, that. But just because I don't understand everything in my own mother tongue. I don't. I'm not a good reader. I'm not an avid reader. Reader. There was a time when I read a little bit, but now I don't have so much time on my schedule. And when I do, I want to do other stuff. I want to watch movies. I don't even I don't even listen to music so often. I don't. I used to back in the old days, but now I don't. From times to times, I do, but it's very rare. It's very rare. So seldom do I do that. Because I used to back in the old days. Yesterday I was cleaning the living room with my wife, and then we were listening a little bit to music. That we go to concerts and so, but we don't listen to music that often. So when I have time, I don't read. I watch movies or series. So that's it. But not knowing everything, it doesn't mean that you ain't near native. If you understand 98%, you're native, no problem at all. If you understand 98% and you can speak with a good degree of fluency, and you can interact properly, understand everything without having to think so much, thinking like a native, so you are near native. Just like I said, if you understand 98% of it, you are truly, really near native. If you understand at least 90% of it, you're at the very beginning of near native fluency. If you understand 95%, because I mentioned 95%, if you understand 95%, let's say you're near native. So get the point? The very beginning of near native fluency, at least 90% of everything that you hear and read. Really, truly, definitely near native, at least 98% of everything that you hear and read. And near native, let's say, just like between intermediate level and an upper intermediate level, so let's say between the very beginning of near native and really near native, 95% of all that you hear and read. So think about that when you say that I'm near native. You should think about that, because if you don't understand 90% at least of all that you hear and read, you can say that you're near native. You should say that you have a low advanced level, at its most. Yeah, you would have probably a low advanced level if you don't understand at least 90%. If you understand 85%, 80%, 85%. And if you do understand at least 90%, yes, you're at the very beginning of near native fluency. So that's it. And if you do know 98%, so you're truly, definitely near native. So think about that and see you guys then.